Hey y'all, this is Becky with the Glitter Ranch, and I'm going to do a cup, so I thought I'd do a little tutorial on it. We're going for this look. We are going to do a glitter base and then come back and do some hydro dipping after. Will probably be a second video because of the epoxy and whatnot. Okay, so let me put that over there. I guess right there might be more visible for you. Okay, so all of the glitters I'm going to use come from our glitterranch.com. If you are West Coast or Texas, kind of that direction, please check us out on theglitterranch.com. If you're East Coast, we have a sister company in Florida. You can check her out. It's abdesignsco.com, and I'll put the information in the link. She sells all the same glitters. We're just mirrored. Okay, so our first step, get my cup to turn in here. Okay, what I've done here is I have taped off, I sanded, alcoholed, taped, painted. Okay, sanding, just kind of a medium grit, not real particular on that, and that is just to help everything adhere better to your cup. Your paint and stuff will adhere better once you've done that sanding. Okay, and then because I'm going with, this customer wanted blues, and so hence the cowboy cup that I'm demoing here. And that's why I spray painted with a shade of blue. I believe it's called Oxford. I should have pulled that out. I'm sorry, I didn't put that in there. Again, it's a shade of blue because I'm doing multiple shades of blue. I've got all of our blues right here. Those are, Ashley and I both really love blues, so we have a ton of blues to offer. So, got my faux rosal here, mixed in equal parts. Stirred 2-3 minutes, change cups. I personally don't always change cups. I guess there's a pot time or whatever they call it. I just typically put it in my turner, set it, do my rat killing, come back to it, and then throw it on a cup. So I'm just applying a very thin coat. Typically what I would do with the rest of this is go pour it in a mold. I'm in my garage, not in my shop where I typically have my hands next to everything. So I'm just gonna set that there for right now. I definitely recommend wearing a mask. I have a full face mask that I'm not wearing because of the video, because I haven't got a mic in to put on the mask so you can hear me well for that. So again, I'm in the garage, have the garage door open, law of natural light, and the next door neighbor, Tristan. Love it. Okay, I have no rhyme or reason to my colors, my shades, again, just blues. I'm gonna start with this Blue Lagoon Chunky Hollow mix because, well, I love it. With all my chunkies, I always like to give them a little shake, just so they're kind of dispersed in all those sizes. I'm also gonna use some plates to catch my drop because I'm gonna use multiple colors, and that tends to be faster for me. I do have my parchment paper that I'll probably make, you know, some kind of dump stuff with later, but right now, that's what I'm doing. Roosters like to just crow all day long here in Texas. I don't know what roosters do where y'all are, but I love it. Absolutely love it. Again, I'm just going to throw some glitters on here, build them up, kind of some different, just going, not a real pattern, kind of a Milky Way direction, I guess, you know, but nothing specific as far as design pattern that I'm doing. That was Lagoon Chunky Hollow. Let's see, actually I'm kind of feeling this patriotic metallic fine. I'll just see that. Not all of these are going to go from one end to the other. It's just going to be kind of some here, some there. However you want to do it is how one of these cups works. You just, whenever you're feeling like, sorry, I'm right-handed. I really should have put this the other way. Try and do this. Whoop. Now tell them what this may look like if I do it all left-handed. It'll be a surprise cup for sure. Just one big one. All of our glitter does come in 2-ounce shaker bottles. One of the things I love most about them is that they have the dual-sided lids. So depending on if you're doing a fine or chunky or your style, they have the little holes for the fine, and then they also have the bigger ones. I tend to use the bigger ones to take off the lid for me. Just my style of come on and get it on there, girl, is kind of how I do it. Again, I don't have specific that I'm going for, and a lot of this, I'm going to throw the Hydrodip over this when I'm done. After this, I'll put a clear coat of epoxy, and then I will Hydrodip it like this other one has done. So it will really be a beautiful transition, I think, when it's done, because you've got layers and dimension to it, rather than just any one solid color. I have my dump bucket from another cup that I did that's got a lot of blues in it that I'm also going to use. Sky Blue Mirror Chunky, or High Shine, I'm sorry, it's Sky Blue High Shine. Another one I want to show you, super pretty. It's more of a reflective type of glitter versus, it's a little bit larger cut. It's a fine instead of a ultra fine. It's gonna look really pretty on here. A little here, a little there. Nothing specific. Just gonna, see where they fall, see how we like it, see what we want to add. I like it when I have a lot of leeway in my design. Some customers will be real particular on what they want, and they want it to look just like this, and that's great, but I really enjoy the ones where I've got a little more room to be creative. This is Royalty Holofine, Holographic Ultra Fine. Beautiful, beautiful color. Trying to decide which side I want to go, full on or just a sprinkle. Full on. On these, when you've got a chunky and you go over it that's already down, your stuff's not going to layer because the epoxy, is under. So just visually know that, you can sprinkle over where something else is, and it's really just going to fill in the blanks. So that's nice. Now I promise to turn the camera on my next one so my arm isn't in it, because I just don't think I can do left. I'm just letting it spin around a second to dump off that excess so I can throw it back into the bottle. And Ashley at AB Designs carries all the same glitters. If you are East Coast, check her out. Save some money on your shipping if you're closer to her, and spend more on glitter, right? All right, let's see. I think I want to do some, this is denim, and it's another holographic fine, 128 cut. I'm gonna get a little freer with this. Color, super pretty. This is one I don't mind if it gets in all the little empty spaces. I'm also going to put her name, so that looks like already it's going to be a good place for a name. May change after the Hydrodip. Typically does. You just never know how those are going to come out. So same technique that I did over here on this one. I'll show you in a minute while that's turning. So you can see there's some chunky in there, some dark, some lights. I'm going to throw a little bit more light stuff on here, but you get a little bit of everything showing. I said I have a little dump bucket from the last cup I did. It had a lot of blues in it that I saved out and thought, oh, I'm going to throw that on there, fill in those blanks. So that's what this is. I'm just kind of getting crazy throwing it on because where it doesn't stick, it'll just fall right off, no big deal. You cannot go wrong with these cups. If you don't like how something's looking, you can just add some more. You can start over at any time. I think I want a little more dark. Sorry, I'm going to start with a cleaner plate so I can recycle any of this in here. It's hard to see what the camera is really picking up because they're never as beautiful as they are in person, no matter what. They just are not. Sorry, I know that's loud on camera. Really no way to get around it. Actually, I like that. I hope the camera's picking it up. Some lights, some darks. If you've got some chunkies, you can always give them a tap, tap, tap just to kind of get them to lay down in the epoxy or jump off if they're not wanting to be on there. A couple doing that now. But you can see that last couple of dustings that I did just kind of over everything. Just kind of fill in those blanks. There we go. And I am done on this one for this step. Actually, I'll go ahead and pull up the tape, show you that. If you, when you taped your cup, didn't get quite, if you didn't double over and you get a little bit of epoxy showing there, which I've done a million times, you can always use a baby wipe to just go along the edge. This isn't a baby wipe, just to show you how I would just do that right along the edge to clean up anything needed on that. Go ahead and get this top one here as well. And you don't want to chase your cup. If you will just, let it come to you, you will like your results better. I tend to screw it up if I rush it or try and do too much. So let this spin for about 4 hours and then I will go in and put a coat of epoxy on it. After that's epoxy, then I'll Hydrodip. So I'll probably come back at that point and show you a Hydrodip. Thank y'all for joining. Again, theglitterranch.com or AB Designs if you're over East Coast. I use faux Rizzle for my epoxy. It's a 1-to-1 mixture. Paper towels, wet wipes, those kind of things. You need all those things. Start making your own cups. Thank you all. Have a good day.